Good day, class. I am Jovelyn Inlacaya and we are the Group 7 together with Miss Mariel Hinautan and Miss Lorna Odarve. So for today's lesson, we will tackle about the good life. So our learning objectives are at the end of this lesson, the students should be able to first examine what is meant by a good life. Second, identify how humans attempt to attain what is deemed to be a good life. Third, recognize possibilities available to human being to attain the good life. So class, I have a question for you. What is the good life? So most probably, you will say that you are having a good life if you and your family are physically fit. Am I right? And have enough or more than enough financial capacity to satisfy your basic needs and wants. So the family are living comfortably together in your own house. That is also means a good life. So, so for other people, the good life means living a simple life. So now we will proceed to our topic. In ancient Greece, long before the word science has been coined, the need to understand the world and reality was bound with the need to understand the self and the good life. So science is a tool or a key to understand the world. So before we are having the concepts of science, we have already the concepts of happiness of life. So but those happiness of life are still came from the understanding of the world and reality. So now let us try to talk about the ideas of Plato and Aristotle in discussing about the good life. And I know that every one of us, we are trying our best to have a good life. And I think we all strive to be better because of achieving a good life, right? So for Plato, the task of understanding the things in the world runs parallel with the job of truly getting into what will make the soul flourish. So in attempt to understand the world, man must seek to understand himself too. So it means that according to Plato, the best way to achieve a good life is to understand ourselves first. So we need to understand ourselves in order for us to embrace reality. In order for us to appreciate a good life is to understand ourselves first. But how can we do it? So because we really understand ourselves and how to achieve our dreams, it would be our goals in life, it would be easy for us to achieve a good life. So for Plato, this can only be explained by postulating two aspects of reality, two worlds if you wish. So the world of forms and the world of matter. So in the world of matter, things are changing and impermanent. In the world of forms, the entities are only copies of the ideal and the models, and the forms are the only real entities. So according for Plato, we have two forms or two worlds of our life, not just in our life but also in our natural world. So we have the world of matter. It is the tangible things that we can touch, our experiences, mga na-perceive nato sa ato ang five senses. We also have the world of forms. So class, the world of forms, it is the just the copy of the ideal, the copies of the models. It is the essence of real entities. However, Plato also claims that despite the reality of change, things remain and they retain their ultimate whatness. Class, whatever happened, kahit anong magbago, there are still the ultimate whatness. Yung essence of one thing. For example, the table. Even if you broke it, even if you cut it kanang iyang mga tiil, even if kanang imong sunogon ang lamisa, there is still an idea that it is a table, right? So dili na magbag-o nga ang imong gisunog is table. Dili na mahimo nga kanang door na siya kay table man imong gisunog. So same as happiness, dili magbag-o ang idea sa happiness bisan unsaon. So, in contrast to Plato, who thought that things in this world are not real and are only copies of the real in the world of forms, Aristotle puts everything back to the ground in claiming that this world is all there is to it, this world is the only reality we can all access. So Plato believes that earth and everything that exists in the earth are not real. It is just the copy of the real of the world of forms. But Aristotle opposed the idea of Plato, saying that the earth is the real world and it is not that copy from something that we didn't see. And everything exists in the world, and the earth or world is real and not fake. So that's what Aristotle said. That's all for my report, and I will give the floor to Miss Mariel Hinautan.
Aristotle. Aristotle, for his part, disagreed with his teacher's position and forwarded the idea that there is no reality ever and above what the sense can perceive. So, in the statement of Aristotle, this is only observation of external world that are truly understand what is the reality is all about. So, consider a seed that eventually germinates and grows into a plant. The seed that turned to become the plant underwent change from the potential plant that is the seed to its full actuality, the plant. So Aristotle are extending about the analysis in the external world into the province of the human person and declares that even human beings are potentialities who aspire for their actuality. So every human being moves according sounds end. So next is every action that emanates from a human person is a function of the purpose, which is the telos that the person has. The example of this is when a boy asks for a burger from a Filipino burger joint, the action that he takes is motivated primarily by the purpose that he has, invariably to get full or to taste the burger that he only sees on TV. Then another example of this is when a girl tries to finish her degree in the university, despite the initial failures she may have had, she definitely is being propelled by a higher purpose than to just graduate. Next is no individual, young or old, fat or skinny, male or female, resist happiness. We all want to be happy, so we need to be happy even you are young, old, fat, skinny, or etc. Then Aristotle claims that happiness is all of everything that we do. We may not realize it, but the end goal of everything that we do is happiness. So, if you ask someone, or if you ask one person what she is doing, he may not realize that what motivates to him, or what is the reason why she or he is happy. Then also Aristotle claims that we want to be happy. He does not necessarily mean that everyday happiness that we obtain when we win a competition or eat our favorite dish in a restaurant. So, according to Aristotle, we want to be happy means that allowing yourself to also be unhappy. Every people we want to be happy, right? So not only if you win from the competition or if you eat your favorite food or dish from the restaurant or then what Aristotle actually means is human flourishing, a kind of contentment in knowing that one is getting the best of out of life. So, in the 18th century, John Stuart Mill declared the greatest happiness principle by saying that an action is right as far as it maximizes the attainment of happiness for the greatest number of people. Also, Mill said that individual happiness of each individual should be prioritized and collectively dictates the kind of action that should be endorsed. So, hold that action are right as they tend to promote happiness. So, also, happiness is the ultimate criterion to establish what is what is moral and what is not, and that everybody is happy and everybody is free of pain. Next is the first materialists were the atomists in ancient Greece. So Democritus and Leucippus lead a school whose primary belief is that the world is made up of and is controlled by the tiny indivisible units in the world called atomos or seeds. For Democritus and his disciples, the world, including human beings, is made up of matter. So atomos is the ancient Greek term for the ultimate particles of matter. Human are matter. Why? Because 99% to our body is made up of atoms of hydrogen, carbon, nitrogen, and oxygen. Next is atomos. Atomos simply comes together randomly to form the things in the world. As such, only material entities matter in terms of human flourishing. Matter is what makes us attain happiness. Next is the hedonist. For their part, see the end goal of life in acquiring pleasure. Pleasure has always been the priority of hedonists. So, pleasure is the most important pursuit of mankind and the only thing that is good for an individual. Then, for them, life is about obtaining and indulging in pleasure because life is limited. So we all know that our life is limited. No one in this world has an unlimited life, right? Next is
the mantra of the school of thought is the famous eat, drink, and be merry, for tomorrow we die, led by Epicurus. This school of thought also does not but any notion of afterlife, just like the materialist. Another school of thought by Epicurus is the Stoics. Stoics expose the idea that to generate happiness, one must learn to distance oneself and be apathetic. The original term apatheia precisely means to be indifferent. For Stoics, happiness can be only be attained by a careful practice of apathy. We should in this worldwide adapt adapt tact that some things are not within our control. The sooner we realize this, the happier we become. Most people find the meaning that their lives is in God fulcrum of their is system. The Philippines, as we predominantly Catholic country sickness of how people base their life goals and beliefs that hints of some of supernatural reality called heaven. The ultimate basis of happiness of theists is the communion of God. The world we are in is only just temporary reality, where we have to maneuver around while waiting for the ultimate return to the hands of God. Humanism. Humanism is another school of thought exposed the freedom of man to shape his own destiny and to legislate his own laws, free from shackles of God that monitors and controls. For humanists, man is literally the captain of his own ship. In 17th of century, humanists see themselves not merely as stewards of the creation, but as individuals who are in control of themselves and the world outside them. Scientists eventually turned to technology in order to case the difficulty of life. Some people are willing to tamper with time and space in the name of technology. Social media, as an example, has been so far a very effective way of employing technology in purging time and space. Not very long ago, communication between two people from two continents in the planet will involve months of waiting for a mail to arrive. Technology allowed us to think with our sexuality. The balance, however, between the good life ethics and technology has to be attained.